So the last couple of years I've used my red Solo cups, but I decided to try these Jiffy Strip just because I can plant them directly into the ground and not have to worry about disturbing my roots and things, and this will just biodegrade. So of course you've got to put them in some kind of container. This is just actually something that I picked up at work when I worked at the hospital. It's just a tray. Some supplies came in, and the directions say to wet down the sides of the little pots. Of course it doesn't look like they're absorbing that much. I'm probably gonna really overdo this, but oh well. I bought this Jiffy Natural and Organic seed starting mix, and that's what I'll be putting in these little pots. Still working on trying to get these things completely saturated. I think it's happening. It's just taking a minute. These are some seed I bought at Walmart along with these little pots and the soil. I do have an assortment of seeds though. This is some kale from Baker Creek. I am gonna start this today. This Japanese mustard Japanese red. I actually direct sowed this probably in November or December right in the garden, and it's done really well. I ate some in the salad the other day. More kale. I want to plant some collards. Here's some kohlrabi. Is that how I say that properly? I've never tried this, so that's totally new for me. But like I said, I have an assortment in my little basket here. These are from Botanical Interest, Botanical Interest. Cauliflower, carrots, that's carrots from the store. Different kind of lettuces, lettuce butterhead, lettuce romaine, little Jim. We've got some peas, some more peas. I did one that was a vine and one that was a bush. Broccoli, more carrots, spinach, more spinach. And then I've got a bunch of seed actually saved. There's nothing in that. Some bush beans, sunflower seeds, a lot of this stuff I didn't label. More beans, corn. I think that's different kinds of corn in there. Pumpkin seeds. This basket's a mess. And then I have this one too. It's all bunched in there. All kinds of stuff. So I've got a lot of this is Baker Creek, but some of it I've bought at the store. Some of it I've bought from Botanical Interest. I've really been trying to go for organic if I get it at the store, which in the past I hadn't really worried about that before, but that is something that I'm paying attention to at this point. I ended up tearing the trays into fours. It was easier to manipulate them into this container a little bit easier. I was able to get more space. And I don't necessarily want to have 8 trays or 8 little pods of like chamomile. I want to be able to have more variety, so it's better for me just to break them up. And just FYI, it's a lot easier to break them in half when they're dry. I'm going to start putting some mix in these little pots with a very technical gardening tool, a spoon. It was like the perfect size. Also what it ended up doing with the last set is like running it under the water in the sink. It was easier than trying to saturate it with my little watering can. So I'm just going to put dirt in all of these. So I think I'm going to focus more on the cooler weather crops that will actually, I think, be ready in the springtime, the early spring. But I might do some tomatoes as well. This might be a little bit early, but I'm curious to see how they're going to do under the light. Last year I managed to kill a lot of them. And they just, the ones that didn't die did not do well. So I'm hoping to have better luck this year, and I kind of want time to experiment. This is kind of what made me think of using these little peat pot things. I don't even know if they're peat pot, but just because I figured I wasn't going to have to, it'd be less transplant shock. Yeah, they're peat pots. With having to move the plants. I figured with my cooler weather crops that would work too, because I've been transplanting them from my like solo cups, my plastic cups, into the ground, and I don't know if just because of the temperature they haven't been doing that great, although some of the romaine is really starting to do well now. The weather here in South Carolina is just really crazy. One day it'll be 50, one day it'll be 70, the next day it'll be 40, then it'll be 65. So temperatures are just all over the place. So I'm going to put a little bit more dirt in these. I'm going to water a little bit more from the top. Hopefully I won't waterlog all of this. I already have a layer of water in the bottom. I have these markers that I made from blinds, old blinds. I'm just going to write chamomile, and I'm going to do chamomile on the first 4. Let's see what the back says. Planting depth, do not cover. Okay. Put my marker in here first so I don't disrupt anything. I'm not always the greatest with labeling. I have the best intentions, but sometimes I just want to get it done, and then I don't know what I've planted where. So, oh gosh, these are tiny. Guess that would be why we're not covering, and I'm probably putting way more than I need to in each one, but I guess we'll see what happens. They're very tiny. I bought some chamomile last year as a plant at, I don't even know which store now, and I think that my strawberries kind of choked it out. That, and I had amaryllis in the bed too, so I'm hoping that these will do well, and I'll just put them somewhere where they won't get choked out. I think I'm going to do the kale now. This is so pretty. I grew some of this last year. I think I direct sowed it in January last year, so maybe I'll do some of that today too. And I really liked it. I kind of stir-fried some, but I also used it like raw in salads, and it was really good. So I'm going to do this one in kale. Let's see, this 1-inch seed depth. So how I like to do this with seeds is I'll just put the seed on top. Oh, that one kind of rolled away a little bit. I kind of put the seed on top and then cover it with a little bit of dirt, which I guess is what other people do too, but I'm going to do 2. I guess I don't know how other people do it. And I feel like such a newbie. I feel like everything is still quite the experiment. So I'm just going to cover this up with a little bit of dirt. And then I will be on to the next one. So here are the seeds I just planted. And then I planted these onions 2 days ago. And in the back here, here's some lavender I planted in the fall. And I've kept it inside under these lights the whole time. I bought a couple of plants of lavender the past 2 years. But I think I finally realized that lavender doesn't like South Carolina heat, and that's why it's so successful to grow lavender in places like Washington State. And then I've got some chocolate mint over here that I was just trying to play with potting it. Now here is that Japanese giant red mustard I was telling you about. It's really pretty. And it has almost like a spicy taste. You're supposed to be able to stir fry it and use it in salad. I had it in salad. And then here's the rest of the bed. It's not impressive, but I can see some of my lettuces perking up. Got cabbage and cauliflower, romaine. This one looks like it's doing pretty good. That's romaine. What's that? Butter Crunch. This is Butter Crunch. And then this down here that is looking pretty good. That is romaine lettuce. I think that's that little gem. And then there's some cauliflower right there that was looking better. This is all from seed that I started in the fall. I thought it would do better than this. Maybe it was just too much. I'm not sure. What's really crazy is this was green onions from the grocery store that I put in the ground. And I just keep cutting it back and cutting it back. Now this one I'm pretty excited about. This is strawberry. I planted 2 small plants in there. I guess it was last spring, and they've completely taken over this bed, so I'm really excited to see what happens in the spring. So tell me what you're growing. That's it for me for today. I thought I was going to go out and plant some more seed, but it's very chilly and I'm not dressed appropriately for that. So I think I'm just going to head back inside and maybe read a book. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day.